Alright. Welcome everyone. I am Violet Hyena, and you are here with perfect timing, and I am here to do readings for those of you with perfect timing. So you're in the right place. And we're just going to start off here with a quick subject of the evening tea. Because it is evening. It's my first evening reading live stream. I figured I'd give it a shot since I'll be doing it a lot this upcoming summer vacation. Well, summer week off. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more experimenting with evening streams. But hey, that is what I'm here for. Okay. And anyone joining the room, please subscribe, and then you can ask, you can join chat and drop your...
I'm gonna probably fall in love with a lot of guys here.
You're going to, if you subscribe, then you can join chat and drop your question, and then I'll get to you. Isn't that cool? I love how that works out. And everyone here is here with perfect timing, and I am here to do readings for people with perfect timing. So we're going to get into it with that evening tea subject. Evening tea. Okay, we're going to go with J. So that's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ask and it is given. For the evening tea. That's nice. I like that. Okay. Ask and it is given. Okay. The evening tea. The evening tea. What advice do we have over some lovely tea? Evening tea, evening tea. Okay, so our evening tea is, I won't put those unwanted ingredients in my pie. Okay. So, imagine yourself as a chef in an extremely well-stocked kitchen where there are many ingredients that are not appropriate for your creation, but you feel no discomfort about their existence. You simply utilize the ingredients that will enhance your creation, and you leave the ingredients that are not appropriate for your creation out of your pie. So please, when choosing to make your evening tea, put what you want in the cup and don't worry about everything else. Just let everything else be. Just focus on that evening tea. And that is our evening tea. And I am going to put this deck away. However, do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have a lot to say. And I choose which one gets to speak by using a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And I'm going to take a tea break and check chat. And so if you have a question, please subscribe and then drop your question in the chat. And if you would please subscribe so that when I go live, you will get notified, and then you will have free readings. And everybody loves free readings. But now it's tea time, and I'm going to check chat. Alright. Okay, so since there are no new questions in chat, I am going to continue on to the next subject. And the next subject is Let It Go. like the song, let it go, let it go. But the question really is, what should we let go? What should we let go of? That is the question here. What do we let go? What do we need to let go here? That's the question. K for 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Money and the law of attraction cards. Alright, and this is, again, the subject is let it go. Let it go. Ooh, that was not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Let's try again. Let it go. The subject is let it go, but what are we letting go of? Okay, the story I tell is the basis of my life. There is no right or wrong way to tell your improved story. It can be about your past, present, or future experiences. The only criteria that is important is that you be conscious of your intent to tell a better feeling, improved version of your story. Telling many good feeling short stories throughout your day will change your point of attraction. Just remember, the story you tell is the basis of your life, so tell it the way you want it to be. So if the subject is to let it go, you have to stop telling the story that you keep telling, and you have to tell a better story. You have to let that old story go. And that is what the cards have to say. And I am going to put this deck away, however, do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have something to say, and I choose which ones get to speak by using a playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. So I'm going to drink some tea and check chat. So if you have any questions, drop your question in chat and I will get to you. And also, if you would please subscribe, that way when I go live, you will get notified, and then you will get free readings. And who doesn't like free readings? Alright, tea time. Tea. Okay, so I do not see any questions, so I'm going to move on to the next subject, which is healing time. Healing time. And also, if you are here with perfect timing, and I am here to do readings for people with perfect timing. And our subject is... so please drop your question in the chat and I will get to you after this subject, which is healing time. Healing time. Queen. The queen is 12. The queen is 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And healing time subject is going to be answered by the getting into the vortex. So the subject is healing time. The subject is healing time. The subject. Ooh! Don't break like that. Don't do that. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. We gotta do this softer, guys. We gotta be nicer. Okay? Good. Healing time is the subject. There we go. It's better. No, still not good. Don't do that. Do not do that. You can't do that. But you did that. I know. I saw. Subject is healing time. Just one more shuffle. Just one. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Good job. I believed in you. You could do it. Okay, so the subject is healing time. And the card is, there are many right ways for us to behave. It is possible to live upon this planet with large numbers of other beings who believe and have in a variety of ways in peace. And behave in a variety of ways in peace. When you are able to focus in such a way as to allow your alignment with Source, even though others are choosing to behave differently than you are choosing, then you will truly be free from the bondage of attempting the impossible task of getting everyone to agree on one right way. One right way would lead to endlessness. Many right ways will always allow eternal expansion. So, healing time has to do with finding peace and not trying to make people choose one way. Just let it go. Let them do their thing, and you will find your peace in doing that. And that will lead to healing time. Alright, I'm going to put this deck away, but do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have so much to say. And I choose which deck gets to speak by using a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And I'm going to take a tea break, and I'm going to check chat. So if you have any questions, please drop a question in the chat, and I'll get to you. And if you would please subscribe, that way when I go live, you will get notified. And then you get free readings. And who doesn't love free readings? So I'm going to get the chat right now. Alright. I have my tea. Alright, we do not yet have any chats, so I'm going to move on to the next subject, and the next subject is friend bonds. Friend bonds. The next subject is friend bonds. Friend bonds. So, the bonds of your friends. That is the subject. And it's number 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The moon. The moon has something to say about the friend bonds. The bonds with your friends. Alright. Moon, what do you have to say about the bonds of friendship? What does the moon have to say about the bonds of friendship? We're going to find out together. The bonds of friendship through the moon. Boop. Alright. Prosperity lies ahead. That is the new moon in Taurus. No, don't do that. Don't put them away yet. It's not yet time. It's not yet time. So the prosperity lies ahead. The new moon in Taurus. The new moon in Taurus. Turn to page 44. 44. Alright, prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. This card will often come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. The card suggests that you can have what you want, including materialistic things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the laws of attraction. Value yourself, and others will value you too. You can create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, and this card holds the new moon energy. So now it is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of sexier times. If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon is sturdy, and Taurus is a sign to not give up just yet. Attune to the moon says get or give a massage. Healthy body, healthy mind. Additional meanings for this card is you will soon be able to afford the thing you're dreaming of. Getting clear on what you value most will help you find peace. Take some time out to pamper yourself. Start a standing order to a savings account, no matter how small. The teaching. We often feel that it's somehow wrong to focus on our finances, but the truth is that money can make life far more comfortable from a physical point of view. Taurus knows this, and the new moon in Taurus is the time to work your magic, to create the money you want so that you can have the creature comforts you want. Remember, though, that someone else is still wishing for what you already have. Alright, and in relationships to friend bonds, you may be starting some new friendships. Nice. New friendships are good. And that is what the cards have to say. So I'm going to put this deck away, but do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have a lot to say. So, I choose which one gets to speak by using a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And I'm going to check chat, and I'm going to have some tea. So please drop your question in the chat, and I will get to you. And also, if you would please subscribe. That way you will get notified when I go live, and that way you can give free readings. And everybody loves free readings. So, tea and chat time. Ooh, we have chats. Yay! And I have tea. Let's see who we got. We got Parlous Louch. Hello, Parlous. Gotta embrace the moo. Yes, embrace the moo, Taurus. Embrace the moo. And Taurus. And Parlous says, oh, wow. And Crystal Roberts, B1, new subscriber, like 2. And hi. Hi, Crystal. Welcome. And thank you for subscribing. That means a lot. If you do have any questions, please drop them in the chat and I'll get to you. Alright. And since right now there's not any questions, I'm going to move on with new subjects. So take your time finding a question and I will get back to you. But right now the next subject is the family check. We're going to check in on that family member that you've been worried about for a while. So that is the new subject, and I will get back to chat after this subject. And don't worry, everyone in this room has perfect timing, and I am here to do readings for people with perfect timing. And it's K. K is 13, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The Money and the Law of Attraction cards is going to check on your family. So let us see what this deck has to say about that family member that you probably should check in on. Okay. Doing a family check. Doing a family check. Family check on that person you should probably check in on. Doing a family check. Okay, and the card is I can have money and freedom too. Feeling of being overwhelmed is your indicator that you are denying yourself access to all manner of cooperation that could assist you if you are not disallowing it. As you begin to feel freer regarding the expenditure of time and money, doors will open. People will come to assist you. Refreshing and productive ideas will occur to you. And circumstances and events will unfold. As you change the way you feel, you access the energy that creates worlds. It is for your ready access at all times. So how that would tie in with the family check is that checking in on this family member, this could be some really good opportunities if you follow through and check in on them. So go check in on that family member. It could be really good stuff. Just saying. And I'm going to put this deck away. And don't go far. I have 13 decks. And they all have so much to say that I only let the ones speak when I pick from this playing card deck. But right now I'm going to get back to checking chat. And I'm going to have some tea. So if you would please subscribe, that way when I go live, you will get notified, and then you'll get free readings. And isn't that awesome? I really love free readings. But now I'm going to check chat. So if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. I'll be right there. Tea. Delicious. And Crystal Roberts says, can you tell me anything about a relationship or their name initials? When or what will go on with Miguel? Any one of them. Okay. I am going to answer your question. I'm just going to read the rest of the chat and then I'll circle back to your question. So hold on tight. Parlis says, guy in a question mark mask. That family member, I can't, just can't. Overwhelmed. Care provider for someone suffered from a heart attack. I live on SE 13th Street. Well, Parlis, I'm not saying you have to, but the cards are urging you to. I'm just saying what the cards are telling me. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to circle back to Crystal Roberts, and I'm going to try to make your question into one that the cards can answer. So let's see We have, can you tell me anything about a relationship or their name initials? When or what will go on with Miguel? Any one of them. and Parlis shrugs with fish. So, how about, well, the one name you actually provided was Miguel. When or what will go on with Miguel? So we're going to go with that one. When or what will go on with Miguel? So what's going on with Miguel? For Crystal. What's going on with Miguel for Crystal? What's going on with Miguel? Let's ask the cards. Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The supernatural deck is going to answer that. So Miguel, what's going on with what is going on with Miguel? What is he going? What is he getting up to? What's with Miguel? What is Miguel doing? What's Miguel doing? Cards. What's Miguel doing? Huh? What's he getting into? What's Miguel getting into? The Wheel of Fortune. Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Miguel is getting into some good stuff. He's stumbling into some luck. He's spinning some good wheels. Miguel is finding his path. Miguel's getting into some good stuff. Yeah, that is what the cards say. I hope that helps out, Crystal. And then I'm anyone in the question? LOL? If you would clarify that, Crystal, I'm not sure what that means. I'm anyone in the questions. I'm not sure what that means. Parlis says, happy popcorn. And Pinky Aura says, hello. Hello, Pinky. And Parlis Launch says, Jupiter, what a nice card. Jupiter. Yes, it was a nice card. Pinky says, will A get a new coming career opportunity? And Crystal says, thank you. And you're welcome, Crystal. I'm going to focus on Pinky's question. I'm guessing that's, will you get a new career opportunity? I'm going to ask the cards. For Pinky, will Pinky get a new career opportunity? Will Pinky get a new career opportunity? Let's ask the cards. Which cards are we asking? We're asking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're asking the supernatural deck again. That's good. Love that. Alright, Winchesters. Tell us what career path Pinky, yes, Pinky is gonna go down, huh? What new career opportunities are for Pinky? Oh, Winchesters, tell us your tales. What career path is for Pinky? Oh, a good one. Definitely a good one. There are career opportunities. Because this is the 10 of Pentacles. Well, so yes, you're going to get a really good opportunity, and when you see it, go for it, because it's gonna work out. And that is what the cards say. Go for it. Go for the best one that sounds good, because it's ripe for the taking. Alright. Hope that helps you out. And you're very welcome. Okay. And Parla says, the soap is the only pink emoticon. Yeah. So for you. Alright. Lovely. Does anyone else have any other questions? Just drop them in chat. They're very fun to do. Alright, and thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I know it's not my usual time. I figured I'd try it out. Alright, but I'm going to get to the next subject, so take your time finding a new question, and I'll get back to chat in a bit. We're going to move on down my list. And the new topic is stay or go. Stay or go. We're going to find out what you should stay or go from. We're gonna just ask the cards. Stay or go. Stay or go. Number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The moon cards. They're going to tell us whether to stay or go. Stay or go. I'm not sure what they're going to answer, but the subject is stay or go. Okay. Stay or go, moon cards. Stay or go. Ooh, that's pretty. Have faith in your dreams. The waxing crescent moon. It's very pretty. Very pretty. So I can definitely see the answer is stay. But I'm going to ask what the book has to say. Waxing crescent moon. Waxing crescent moon, which is 26. Turn to page 26. Stay or go. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. Don't give up. The situation you're asking about is still taking shape. You are nowhere near the end of the story. Whatever is happening now is just a step along the way. As they say in the self-help classics, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. However, the waxing crescent moon card is a reminder that you must still keep working towards whatever it is that you want. If you can't take practical steps, spend time meditating on the question you're asking about and allow your higher self to download information to you about your best next step. Overall, this card suggests there will be every reason to be hopeful for a very positive outcome to the situation you're asking about. So keep the faith. Attuned to the moon says, I am focused on what I want. Additional meanings for this card. Just because you can't see your dreams, it doesn't mean they're not manifesting. Don't look back. Stay focused on moving forwards. Be patient as events unfold. Dig a little deeper to find more courage. The teaching. The waxing crescent moon is the second moon phase in the 8 main moon phases. But even if it's not the time of the waxing crescent moon when you pull this card, it still suggests that you need to really pursue your dreams. It's the time to put your foot down hard as you chase your goals. So, to answer the question, to go or stay, stay. It's gonna be great. And that is what the cards say. There we go. And I am going to put this deck away, but do not go far. I have 13 decks, and all of them have so much to say. And I choose which one gets to speak by using a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And right now I'm going to have tea and check chat. So if you would please subscribe, that way you'll get notified when I go live, and then you get free readings. And everybody loves free readings. So, chat time. Let's look at chat. Oh, meoy. I have tea. Don't worry. I have tea. It's good. I hope you guys have a nice beverage of choice. Okay, Pinky said thank you, and Parla Slouch says boot, Portland or question mark boot. Portland or boots? These boots will walk all over you? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Can you elaborate, Parlus? A girl with a peony. Hello, new subscribe. Hi. Hi, girl with a peony. And thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Parla Slouch says, accordion faith with parody songs, accordion. A girl with a peony says, feelings and thoughts of a towards me question separated. Oh, A's the letter of a person. Okay, feelings and thoughts of A towards me separated. Okay, so I'm gonna circle back around to a girl with a peony after I finish reading chat. Parlus Launch says, yellow brick road with appropriate emoticons. Very good. Parlus Launch then says, shoo stay for 5K marathon. So running shoes stay for the marathon. Parlus Launch then says, socks. Pine scented socks. And Parlus Launch then says, jack-o'-lantern, there's always another pumpkin gourd waiting to grow. Very nice. I like your use of emojis, Parlus. I really appreciate it. So I was going to circle back around to a girl with a peony. Feelings and thoughts of A towards a girl with a peony. Alright. I'm going to ask the cards. So, a girl with a peony wants to know the feelings and thoughts of A towards her. Let's ask the cards. The feelings and thoughts of A towards a girl with a peony. Number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Trust Your Vibes is going to answer that question. Beep. Beep. Thoughts and feelings of A towards a girl with a peony. thoughts and feelings of A towards a girl with a peony. Whee. Okay. Be grateful. Don't put them in there yet. Go here. There you go. So the card is Be Grateful, number 52. Thoughts and feelings of A. These are their thoughts and feelings. Make a list of all that you have been given so that you can fully absorb how much abundance you're truly enjoying in your life. Think of this as a gratitude list. Add to it daily as you notice little things in your life that you truly appreciate. Rather than worrying about what you do or do not have, look at all the... Rather than worrying about what you do not have, look at all that you do have. As you understand how thankful you should be, send a signal to the universe to give you more, and it will. So, A is feeling very grateful towards a girl with a peony. And that is what the cards have to say. A feeling of gratefulness is really nice. So congratulations, I hope that helped. And I am going to put these cards away, but do not go far. I have 13 decks. They all have so much to say. And I choose which ones get to speak by using a regular playing card deck to choose which one gets to speak. And I'm going to check chat and have tea. So if you would please take a moment to drop your question in chat, I will get to you. And also if you would please subscribe, that way when I go live, you will get notified. And then you'll get free readings. And everybody loves free readings. So here I go. I have tea and chat. Alright, and Parlasach says, Sakura flower, another pink flower, and a dove. And Girl with a Peony says, thank you. You're very welcome, a girl with a peony. Parlasach says, compose notebook and magic. Yes, totally. Create that magic in that book. Love it. Tea is lovely. Also, Parlasach says, coffee, had to, why is it so cold so late in May? I don't know. Where it is, where I'm at, it's not cold. So, yeah. It's definitely not cold where I am. But if it is cold where you are, I would suggest a blanket. Those always come in handy. And since there are no new questions at the moment, I am going to go on to the next subject, which is side hustles. And I'm just going to remind everybody who's here, you are here with perfect timing, and I'm here to give readings to people with perfect timing. So please leave your questions in the chat and I'll get back to you. But the subject right now is side hustles. How's that side hustle coming? How are you making that money on that side? Let's find out. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Prisma Visions deck. It's a very lovely deck. If you take the suit, every suit of this deck has a landscape painting. That if you spread out the suit across the table, you will be able to see a very beautiful landscape picture. But right now we're looking at side hustle. Side hustle. Oh my. All over the place, aren't you right now? Okay, so that's side hustle. Side hustle is our subject. What can you tell us about this side hustle? That's a better shuffle. The Six of Chalices. And 6 is cooperation, alignment, and connection. And chalices are emotion. And if it has to do with a side hustle, you're going to want to cooperate with other people to get your side hustle done.
Notice me!
I noticed you. 1 month. That was my phone. Don't worry about it. You're going to feel emotionally fulfilled with this side hustle if you cooperate with other people and make connections and be in alignment. And that is what the cards have to say. And I am going to put this deck away. However, do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have so much to say. And I choose which one gets to speak by using a regular playing card deck. And in you go. So right now I'm going to check chat and have tea. So if you please take a moment to subscribe, that way when I go live, you'll get notified and then you'll get free readings. And who doesn't love free readings? But tea time now. Tea. And more chat. Yay! I love reading chat. It's fun. Okay, and Parlous Lodge says fireworks, red crayon, and writing on paper. I have to witness that prism deck. It's a very pretty deck. I'm very blessed to own it and be able to do it at any time I like. And Parlous Lodge says, I hear the doves. 6 of Cups nostalgia. Play with the other folks in the sandbox. BRB must check on so and so. Go for it, Parlous. I will be here for a while. And since there are no new questions in chat, I will go on to the next subject on my list, which is job stuck. Job stuck. Are you feeling stuck at your job? Are you feeling stuck at that workplace? Well, I'm going to ask the cards if those of you who do feel job stuck will be able to be unstuck. And if so, what advice could they give you to get not job stuck? So unjob stuck? It's an interesting way to put it. But a little advice on getting not job stuck. So 1, 2, 3. The Gay Tarot is going to answer. How to get unstuck from your job. There you go. That is the correct wording I was looking for. Unstuck. Job. How do we get unstuck from the job? I wanted the correct English. It just sounds better. Please, Gay Tarot, tell us how to get unstuck from that job that's so sticky. Give us some advice. We don't like sticky jobs here. Alright, so 2 of Cups. A little self-reflection is going to get you unstuck from that job you don't like. You're going to have to look at yourself in the mirror and really ask yourself, how stuck do I want to be here? And you're probably going to want to ask yourself, where am I going to feel better and make money? It might be time to go do a little inward searching and find your answer, and then go for it. And that is what the cards say. Alright, so I am going to put this deck away, but please do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have so much to say that I use a regular playing card deck to choose which one gets to speak. And if you would, I'm going to check chat and drink tea. So if you, I do notice you. That was my phone again. So if you would drop your question in chat, I will get to you. And also, if you would subscribe, then you will get notified when I go live, and then you'll get free readings. And everybody loves free readings. So I'm going to get that tea and go check chat now. And we have new chat. Yay! Parlor Slouch says, folder, closed folder, unstuck, open folder. Correct. And Parlor Slouch says, flying money, ask the Venus flytrap. And also, gray circle plate, apply a rat trap on a tray. And yellow circle, melted candy. Melted candy. Delicious. Alright, since there are no new chats, I'm going to move on to the next subject, which is your passion project. What advice do the cards have about that passion project you have? That thing that got you up in the night? Those things that you think about that you really love? What advice do they have about those passion projects you have? That's what we're going to be asking. Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The crows. The crows are going to ask about your passion project. There we go. The passion project you have, the crows are going to give you advice on that. Nice. The crows are going to give you advice on your passion project. Nice. That was a good shuffle. Okay, release. Release. For your passion project. Number 39. There it is. Release. Okay, when the time comes when you cannot grieve anymore and it is time to let go, release is that next step. This card may come to you when you need help moving forward or accepting an ending. It is time to move on, rise up, and release yourself from the past. Release represents the transition between letting go and moving on. It is that moment when we become aware that we can no longer hold on to the past or an event that cannot be altered. You may need to consider if your situation is blocked or impacted by something that needs to be released. So, the advice are saying, so the crows are saying that you might want to release that old passion project. Maybe things are not working out. Maybe it's time to really look hard at it and see if it is truly your passion project. But that is what the cards say. And I am putting this deck away. However, do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have so much to say that I use a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. But right now I'm going to take a tea break and check chat. So if you have any questions, drop your question in chat and I will get to you. Also, if you would please subscribe. That way when I go live, you'll get notified and then you get free readings. And hey, who doesn't love free readings? But right now, chat and tea. See? Tea and then chat. I get to read some chat. Let's see. Parlous Lodge says, pin, push pins, pin, claw, claw. Exactly. You got it. 100%. Feather, feather, let that creature go. Feather, feather. Absolutely. Sometimes you just gotta release something old that you've been holding on to for far too long. And since there are no new questions in chat, I'm going to move on to the next subject on my list, which is crossroads. What crossroads are you at? What crossroads are you at? We're going to ask the cards. What crossroads are you at? Oh, it's the cat turret. You get to see cats at your crossroads. Interesting. Cats at a crossroad. The subject is crossroads. Let's see what the cats have to say about your crossroads. And your crossroads are normally two things crossing that you don't know what to do about. Well, the cats do. So they're going to give you some advice. Alright, so the King of Wands is going to help us out here. At the crossroads, the King of Wands. And wands are action. And the wands are also fire and manifestation. But also, in the cat deck, they are toys. They are toys at the crossroads. And this is the King of Wands. And the king is on his throne, enjoying the toys, and not really paying attention to the calamity of your crossroads. So I would say if the King of Wands isn't worried about the crossroads, then you shouldn't be worried about the crossroads either. And that is what the cards have to say. So I am putting this deck away, but do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have so much to say that I use a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And my words. Bring back my words, please. Correct. So, if you guys have any questions, drop them in chat, and I will get to you. I'm gonna check chat and have tea. And if you would please subscribe, that way when I go live, you get notified, and then you get free readings. And who doesn't love free readings? So tea and chat. And you can tell I really need that tea, because my brain is going, what were we doing? And Parlish just fed their cat, so that was very appropriate. Oh, okay, so just feed the cat. Exactly. Feed the cat. Let the cat play. An offering from a cat, which is a little floating bell ball, I think. Tea is very tasty. Okay. So since there are no new questions right now, I'm going to go on to the next subject. So if you guys think of a question, you can pop it in chat, and I'll get back to you after this new subject. And everyone here is here with perfect timing, and I am doing readings for people with perfect timing. And our next subject is the soulmate search. So we're going to do a soulmate search for those who are searching. I'm going to ask the cards, where's that soulmate? Where did he go off to? Where did they go off to? Where's that soulmate? We're doing a soulmate check. Soulmate search. Which deck wants to handle that? Number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Trust your vibes. Appropriate deck for the appropriate subject. The soulmate search. The soulmate search. There we go. Yay! Ooh, that's a lovely shuffle. I like that. I like that a lot. The soulmate search, if you please. Very nice. Very good. The soulmate search. Call on your joy guides. Call on your joy guides for your soulmate search. Let's find out what this is about. Number 16. Call on your joy guides. Your situation at this moment may feel critical, but don't allow it to become too serious or you'll lose your way. Remember, on your soul level, this too shall pass, and it will pass much easier with the help of your joy guides to lighten the mood and alleviate your vibration so that you can move on to better times. Learn to recognize when your joy guides are on the scene. They like to play games and sometimes practical jokes with you to keep them from taking things too personally. They are good at getting your attention with their antics. They may hide your keys move your things, and steal one of your socks out of the dryer? Are they the joy guides capturing your attention? Where or how are they getting you to relax a little and laugh at yourself? Let them. So, with that soulmate search, you may be trying to search too hard, and your joy guides are trying to get you to relax about it and not think so critically about it. It'll come around when it's supposed to. And so, I will put this deck away, but do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have so much to say that I use a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. So if you would take a few moments, drop your question in the chat, I will get to you, because I'm going to check chat and I'm going to have tea. And also, if you take a moment to subscribe, that way when I go live, you can get notified, and then you'll get free readings. And who doesn't love free readings? Chat, here I come with tea. Tea. Okay. Parlous Louch says, Sparkles. I thought twin flames are just dangerous attachments. Sparkle. Dynamite's joy of living. Dynamite. Frisbee, or they can be one of those chrome phantomism? Phantasm. So a chrome phantasm. Thing that spits mustard. That doesn't sound fun. Tea. Okay. So since there's no new questions, I'm going to move on to the next subject. And the new subject is ex-lover. How is that ex-lover? We're going to find out. We're going to do a reading on them. That ex-lover. We're going to do a reading on them. A reading on that ex-lover. Number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The crows are so appropriate for ex-lovers. They really are. Okay, the subject is ex-lovers. Ex-lovers. The subject is ex-lovers. Oh, crows, what do you have to say about ex-lovers? Oh, crows, what do you have to say about ex-lovers? Territory. Territory and ex-lovers. Interesting combination. Number 49. Number 49. Territory. Crows are very territorial. They have distinct groups, and they will not hang out too long on the block that is not theirs. Territory indicates that someone may be entering your space uninvited, or that you may be the one who is the intruder. This card may also ask you if you are protecting something out of concern that someone may be trying to step on your toes or take over something you cherish. When territory appears in a reading, you may need to consider what boundaries are in place or if they are needed. Would the situation benefit from establishing some ground rules? Territory may also appear if you need to carve out some space for yourself, whether that be within your home or in the form of time to be alone. You may need to define an area that is solely yours and yours alone. So I think that is a warning from the crows. You're going to want to stay in your own territory and keep the X's out of it. And I'm putting this deck away, but do not go far. I have 13 decks. They all have a lot to say. And I choose which decks get to speak by using a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. But right now I'm going to check chat and drink tea. So if you have any questions, please drop them in chat and I will get to them. And also if you would please subscribe, that way when I go live, you will get notified and then you'll get free readings. And who doesn't like free readings? So, tea time and chat. Parlous is just on top of these emoticons tonight. I really appreciate this. It's a lot of fun. Bowling. Fascinating. Satellite. The invader like Dorothy Gale visiting Oz. I could see that. And a red teapot. Beautiful use of emojis. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next subject, which is the new lover. The new lover. Who has advice on the new lover? The new lover. The new lover. We want advice on the new lover. Okay. King. So 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Which is money and the law of attraction. Very nice. Very nice. And the subject was new lover. New lover. Give us advice on that new lover cards. New lover. New lover. New lover. So what we're asking about. The new lover. Okay. What if everything was always working out for me? When you play the what if game, look for things that make you feel better. There is never a situation in which there is not a way out. But out of habit, most people continue to choose the lack perspective until they eventually find themselves where it seems that there are no more choices. Excuse me. But as you hold to your intention to look for evidence of well-being and thriving and success and happiness, you will tune yourself to the vibrations of those things, and those things, those kinds of good feeling experiences will dominate your life. So play the what if game, and you could have a new lover. Because what if everything was working out for you? You would have a new lover. Nice. And that is what the cards have to say. And I am going to put this deck away, but don't go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have a lot to say. So I use a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And right now, I'm going to check chat, drink tea. So if you have any questions, please drop it in chat, and I will soon get to you. And also, if you would please subscribe, that way when I go live, you will get notified, and then you'll get free readings. And who doesn't love free readings? Alright, and we have more chat to read with tea. Okay, and Parlous Lunch says, Eyeball? Prince Karaoke. Prince Karaoke. Karaoke? Is it supposed to be Prince Karaoke? No. Karaoke? Maybe. And Parlous Lunch says, Alright, so I'm going to move on to the next subject since Parlous Lunch says yes. Okay, good. Going to move on to the next subject, which is old lover. Old lover. So an old lover that you've had for a while. Alright. That old lover that you've had for a while, who is still around. So they are still a lover. They're not a new lover anymore. They're just a lover. We're going to find out about that person. And that is going to be the cat turret. Going to tell us about that old lover. Old lover. Which is different than an ex-lover, because it's not your ex, it's just not the new lover, it's the old lover you got. Tell us about that old lover, cats. Tell us about that old lover. Tell us about the old lover. Tell us about the old lover. That's a good one. And the old lover is the High Priestess. Ooh. Hold on to that one. Hold on to that old lover. Because that old lover is full of wisdom and high intelligence and spirituality. So hold on to that old lover. You're going to want to keep them around. They're good stuff. They are very good stuff. And they know you very well. And that is what the cards have to say. So I am going to put this deck away, but do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have a lot to say. and I choose which deck gets to speak by using a playing card deck. And I'm going to check chat and have tea, so please drop any questions you have in the chat, and I will get to you. And also, if you'd please take a moment to subscribe, that way when I go live, you will get notified, and then you'll get free readings. And who doesn't love free readings? Tea time. Tea time. I'm starting to run out of tea. And Parlous Louch says, ellipses, white heart. Ellipses, a fan of ellipses, something falls in that gray, that category, yes. The Kitty Russell Tavern at the Long Branch Saloon in Gunsmoke Retro Episodes. Happy Face, get a refill. I do have a backup drink, so don't worry, I will not go thirsty. However, this one's a circle bottle, and it has energy junk in it, and I love it. And it's gonna taste like strawberry watermelon. But first I'm gonna finish this tea. Almost all gone. Took a few drips left. All gone. Alright, let's get to the next subject, which is the crush check. Alright, we're going to check in on that crush. We're going to check in on that crush you got. Alrighty. It's number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Trust your vibes. That crush check. We're going to check in on that crush, that new crush. Check in on that new crush by checking on your vibes. Check in on your vibes. Crush check. Crush check. Checking on that crush. Are they good vibes or bad? Are they green flag or red? We're gonna find out on this crush check. It's a team effort. There we go. It's a team effort number 37. It's a team effort. It's time to connect with your tribe, other 6 sensory people, to help you gain even more confidence in trusting your vibes. The best way is to send out a vibe of your own and ask your guides to call other 6 sensory spirits into your life. You're not all by yourself. There are many soulmates waiting to connect with you. You just have to send up smoke signals so that they can find you. The way to do it is to come out of the closet excited about your new psychic muscles and celebrating vibes. If you do, support will show up in the most unexpected places. It's the modern way to live. Guide your psychic mates to you by opening the doors and letting your light shine. Ask those friends, family members, or coworkers whom you enjoy if they ever feel intuitive. Go where sensitive sixth sensory people gather. Lectures, book signings, and workshops. And introduce yourself. Pray for the support to show up. Ask God to connect you to new playmates. This week, look for team players and make a date to check in with one another and compare vibes on various subjects. Play I Wonder If, just for the fun of it, stretching your psychic muscles daily. If you're having trouble finding other intuitives, just log on to www.soniachoquit.com and join my chat room. So, I think the author of this book is sending out their website. So, yeah. And that subject was the crush check is a team effort. So, go ahead and gather your friends and have them help you on that crush check. Don't go alone in it. Don't go alone in it. Get your friends' opinions on that new crush. And I am going to put this deck away, but do not go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have so much to say. And I use a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And right now I'm going to have a drink and check chat. So if you have any questions, please drop it in the chat and I will get to you. And if you would please subscribe, that way when I go live, you will get notified. And then you'll get free readings. And who doesn't love free readings? So, drink time and chat time. Can't say tea anymore. It's not tea. It's strawberry watermelon. Ah. Okay. Parlor Slouch says, Angry Mark tried out a mango hard candy with some kind of pepper in the middle / Spanish language packaging. Interesting. La Cochas. Chili con limon. Brain, look for cotton candy flavored root beer. Hi, Margaret. Margaret says, I'm glad to see you back. And Parlous Slouch says, an upset television set. And thank you, Margaret. I appreciate that. Margaret says, will TJ show up at Paul House? Will I have to travel far for my new job? Well, I'm going to ask the cards those questions. I love both of those questions. So, will TJ show up at Paul's house? Will TJ show up at Paul's house? Will TJ show up at Paul's house? That is a very good question. Let's ask the cards. Will TJ show up? Oh, King. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Will TJ show up at Paul's house? And the money and the law of attraction cards are going to answer. Will TJ show up at Paul's house? Will TJ show up at Paul's house? I want to harmonize with my desire. Anytime you feel negative emotion, stop and say, something is important here.
Probably fall in love with a lot of guys here.
There's my phone. Some.
Probably fall in love with a lot of guys.
Shh. Shh. Quiet now. Shh. Okay. Something is important here. Otherwise, I would not be feeling this negative emotion. What is it that I want? And then simply turn your attention to what you do want. In the moment you turn your attention to what you want, the negative attraction will stop. And in the moment the negative attraction stops, the positive attraction will begin. And in that moment, your feeling will change from not feeling good to feeling good. And that is the process of pivoting. So what this card is trying to say, Margaret, is that TJ might show up at Paul's. But it's also reminding you that the more you focus on TJ, the more you're going to draw him into your life experience. And that is what the cards have to say for that question. And then we're going to pick a new deck for your second question. Here we go. And your second question was, will I have to travel far for my new job? Oh, my second job, will I enjoy doing it? And that's another question I will get back to you. And Parlor Slouch says, bowing flower, another piece of taffy. So, Margaret's second question, will I have to travel far for my new job? Will Margaret have to travel far for her new job? Will Margaret have to travel far for this new job? It is the bunny, and it's number 13 again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which is the bunny and the law of attraction cards again. You're getting a really good deck here. I love it. Will I have to travel far for my new job? Will Margaret have to travel far for her new job? Will Margaret have to travel far for her new job? Will Margaret have to travel far for her new job? Okay, and the cards say, I can create both money and time to enjoy it. Many of you tell us that you are so busy making your money that you do not have time to enjoy it. For when you rely on your action to create, often you are too tired to enjoy your creation. Once you not only understand the power of your thoughts, but the deliberately direct this powerful tool in the direction of things that you desire, when you will discover that the action part of your life is the way you enjoy what you have created through your thought. So in the subject of travel, I believe you Let's see. I don't see it being too close, but I also don't see it being too far away. But either way, you should take the time on your commute to enjoy it. And that is what the cards are telling me. Okay, we're going to get to Margaret's third question. A quick drink, though, to refresh the throat. Ah, tasty. Okay. My second job, will I enjoy doing it? Will Margaret enjoy her second job? Will Margaret enjoy her second job? It's very important. Will Margaret enjoy her second job? Ten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Trust your vibes. Will Margaret enjoy her new second job? Will Margaret enjoy her second job? Will Margaret enjoy her second job? Will Margaret enjoy her second job? Boop. Meditates. Let's see what the book has to say on meditation and your second job. That was silly. Come out. It's not time to go back in the box yet. There you go. Okay. So, will Margaret enjoy her second job? Number 22. Meditates. You've been meaning to meditate, and maybe you're managing to sometimes. However, if you want to live a fully grounded and guided sixth sensory life in the flow of synchronicity and good vibes, you must meditate every day. I know it takes time and commitment, but the gain is worth the effort. It stabilizes your sixth sense and trains your mind to quiet down so that you can hear your vibes more accurately. View meditation as a gift, not as an assignment or an unpleasant duty. You don't have to meditate for long to be successful. 10 to 20 minutes is adequate. What is far more important is to meditate at the same time every day. The more consistent and predictable it is, the easier it becomes. Your subconscious mind starts to anticipate that time as a moment to relax and listen to your higher self, and it cooperates. If you're consistent, you'll receive the guidance you seek as you meditate. It's simple. Start with breathing slowly to the count of 4, and then out to the count of 4, and relax. Think only of your breath and being. Start with 5 minutes and work your way up to 15. If your mind wanders, don't worry. Simply go back to breathing, be patient, and stay with it. Look forward to it. Enjoy your meditation time. It's an appointment with peace. So it doesn't look like it really doesn't look like you're going to like the new job. So meditating will get you through the next job. So try to find joy in your meditation and not in the workplace. And that is what the cards say. Okay, I'm going to put this deck away and don't go far because I have 13 decks and they all have a lot to say. And I'm going to check chat and have a drink. And I do let the cards speak after I pick which one gets to speak with a playing card deck. But I'm going to check chat and have a drink. So if you would please take a moment to drop your question in chat, that way I can get to it. And if you would take a moment to also subscribe, that way when I go live, you will get notified and you'll be able to get free readings. And who doesn't love free readings? So I'm going to have that drink now and check chat. Ooh, I don't have much left to be, guys. I think I'm only going until 9 tonight. And then I'll be back in the morning. Okay. And Margaret says, that's true, thanks. You're very welcome, Margaret. I hope all of that helped. I really enjoyed your questions. And Parlis Louch says, buttered waffles and tea and or coffee and candy. Margaret says, that's interesting, thanks. And you're very welcome, Margaret. I hope that helped. And Parlis Louch says, popcorn, enjoy the sip. Pacific West Coast. I will enjoy this next sip just because of you, Parlis. Tasty. Alright, so just to remind you all, you are here with perfect timing, and I'm here to do readings for people with perfect timing. And Margaret has a new question. Will I visit my sister in July? I'm going to ask the cards. Will Margaret visit her sister in July? Will Margaret visit her sister in July? Which deck wants to answer that? Boop. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Prisma Visions deck is going to answer if Margaret is going to see her sister in July. Boop. Is Margaret going to see her sister in July? Is Margaret going to see her sister in July? Very nice shuffle. Ooh. Let's find out. The Ace of Chalices. That's a lot of emotion. I'm gonna say no, because there's just emotion overflowing, and it's really not a good time to go see your sister in July. It's just not a good time. Nope, it's too much. It's too much. The cards say no. I hope that helps. And I'm going to put this deck away, but don't go far. I have 13 decks, and they all have so much to say that I use a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And I'm going to take a drink break and check chat. So if you guys have any questions, please drop them in chat and I will get to them. Also, if you take a moment to subscribe, and that way when I go live, you get notified. And then you get free readings. And who doesn't love free readings? Wah. And my drink and check chat. Okay. And Margaret says, okay, will I visit her in August? I'm going to ask those cards. Cards are the best ones to answer that. Ooh, that was an interesting card gather. What are you guys curling up for? Alright, so will Margaret visit her sister in August? Will Margaret visit her sister in August? Maybe it'll be a better time. Maybe. That's what we want to know, cards. Will Margaret see her sister in August? Number 8. Number 8, 8, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The moon cards. Will Margaret visit her sister in July? Is July a good time? Maybe these cards will give you the right time. We're going to find out, depending upon what they say. This is actually a good deck for time stuff. Will Margaret see her sister in July? Okay, so it's time to release negativity. The full moon in Scorpio. The full moon in Scorpio. It's going to be page 82. Turn to page 82. Okay, it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying about yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time, since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all of your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now if you make an effort. Use your magic. You have all you need to bring about your desired results. And Attune to the Moon says, emote. It's all better out than in. Additional meanings to this card is it is time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. You are right to have your suspicions. And grudges are toxic. Let something go. And the end of an argument. The teaching. The full moon in Scorpio has a sting in its tail. It can herald a vindictive end to a relationship. It can also be a time when we want to be good, but we're naughty. If you pull this card, no matter when, your dark side and your shadow self may be showing. The full moon in Scorpio is a time of magic. If you are thinking of making some magic, this is your sign to do it. According to this card, you should not be meeting with your sister. So, don't do it. Just stop. Don't meet with your sister. I think that's just what the cards are saying. That's it. That's what the cards are saying. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go visit your sister. Alright, I'm going to put this deck away. But don't worry, I got 13 decks. They all have a lot to say. And I choose which one gets to speak by using a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And if you please drop your question in chat, I will get to you. Because I'm going to check chat and have another drink. And also, if you would please take a moment to subscribe. That way when I go live, you will get notified. And then you'll get free readings. Free readings. Okay, I hope that helped out, Margaret. It didn't sound very positive. I hope things with your sister improve. Get that drink. The drink is lovely. I like my drink. So, since there are no new... we'll move to a nicer place next year. I'm going to ask the cards. Thank you. It hell? Will I move to a nicer place next year? It hell. Do you want to provide some context? Because I know there's a location called hell. Or do you mean that where you live now is hell and you want to move to another place? If so, that's totally appropriate if you're not enjoying where you're at. So, will Margaret move to a nicer place next year? She's not enjoying where she is now. Will Margaret move to a nicer place next year? Will Margaret? It helped. I'm glad it helped. Will Margaret move to... Oh, what you said about my sister? Well, the cards know. So I'm just translating for the cards. So I'm really glad it helped. Will Margaret move to a nicer place next year? Aww. I'm sorry, Margaret. I'm sorry you're not enjoying where you're at. Let's see if you'll find a nicer place. Ooh, the cat turret. The cat turret is gonna let you know if you're going to move to a nicer place next year. Will Margaret move to a nicer place next year? There we go. Will Margaret move to a nicer place next year? Let's find it. The King of Pentacles. Ooh, that's a good sign. Right off the bat, that's a good sign. Because the King of Pentacles is very secure and very wealthy in treats. So yes, you will be moving to a much nicer place next year. Just look at that happy cat. That happy cat has treats and is slightly fluffy and fat and just enjoying life. So yes. And that is what the cards have to say. So, hey, I love that for you. I hope you do go to a nice place. You deserve it. Okay. And I'm going to put this deck away, but do not go too far. I have 13 decks, and all of them have so much to say that I use a regular playing card deck to choose who gets to speak. And I'm going to take one last drink and check chat. Oh, excuse me. And Margaret says, wow. Yes, wow, indeed. You are very welcome. And there are about 3 minutes left until I go. So either I can get one more quick question in, or I will go to the last subject on my list. Will I have a pool at my next new place? Ooh, that is a very good question. I'm going to ask. Because I'd be very excited for you if you got a pool. Having a pool is phenomenal. Let's see if you got one. Will Margaret have a pool at her new place? Will Margaret have a pool? The cat deck again. Very good. Very good. Will Margaret have a pool? Will Margaret have a pool at her new place? Will Margaret have a pool? Will Margaret have a pool at her new place? At her new place. Will Margaret have a pool? Alrighty. Ooh, 3 of hearts? That's toys. So, toys are wealth. And 3, I'm going to say a yes on this one. Because toys are the pentacles. And 3 is groups, expansion, and action. So it is very possible that you'll have a very nice pool. Yes. And you will love it. Alright, and that is what the cards have to say. And Margaret said, you posted. She posted. Oh boy, she posted. Anyway, guys, I'm going to cut off the questions because it is about 9. It is 8:59 here. So I'm going to put this deck away, and I will be back at 6 a.m. to do more readings for the morning crew. Because right now it is about 9, and you're very welcome, Margaret. It's about 9 here, and I gotta get to bed so that I'll actually be up for 6 a.m. So I will see you guys in the future. Again, please subscribe so you can get notified when I go live. And then you get free readings. And I will see you guys in the morning. Have a great night. Rest well. And ta-ta. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. And thank you for the new subscribes.